鬼岛之音
Ghost Island Media.
Hi, welcome to In Training. This is a podcast by interns at Ghost Island Media. Here, we make episodes on anything we want to. And we do it from scratch. From brainstorming to recording to editing. This show, it's different, it's spontaneous, and it's kind of an experiment. There's something for everyone, and here it is.
Did you know that one of the largest prehistoric human migrations across the world started from Taiwan? 4,000 years ago, when the ancestors of today's Taiwanese indigenous peoples first sailed the high seas, their canoes and rafts served as arks, transporting a careful selection of plants and animals essential to their survival in distant lands. Island hopping in a non-linear fashion, they ventured outward, onto the Philippines and past Southeast Asia, eastward to Guam, Micronesia, Polynesia, following the stars to New Zealand, Hawaii, Easter Island. Waves of interconnected migrations, overlapping and overlaying of cultures, some in succession and others separated by generations. Drawn by the promise of new resources, driven away by old enemies, drenched in desire for status and prestige, all in search of new horizons. They set off armed with their mythologies, ancestral wisdom, and lineage loyalties. Bottle gourd, taro and yam, bamboo, betel nuts, and hemp, Fontian jade, mined from the east coast of Taiwan, paper mulberry trees for cloth, fiber, art. Remote atolls became supply stops, colonies, safe havens, ritual space, a veritable fleet of islands connected by trade, marriage, and interpersonal ties. Symbols sanctifying these unions were carried forth on progressive waves of migration. They are now recognized as the Austronesian-speaking peoples, a far-flung network of populations bonded by their linguistic heritage and cultural practices, and Taiwan is widely regarded as their ancestral homeland. Hunters, navigators, explorers, growers of communities, weavers of cultures, people of the seas, mountains, cities, a tsunami of movement. Today, we celebrate this Austronesian connection through select poetry readings and music by indigenous artists from Taiwan and New Zealand. Curated from a literary journal titled ORA NUI4 that delve into the shared experiences and hope of these two island nations tied together by this history of migration.
Kia ora koutou. My name is Teoti Jardine, and this is my poem, Ancient Pathways. Trees chosen, each waka's kaitiaki and destination carved into ihu and rapa. Amid tears and farewell karakia, they set sail, knowing they would not return. Guided by the stars, whales, karakia, and the ancient pathways of the waves. Settling in this new land, their knowledge settled with them. Their pūrākau handed down to us, now woven in our bones. Kia ora koutou.
Kia ora koutou. Hello everyone. I'm Kiri Piahana-Wong, editor of the New Zealand content of ORA Nui. Little one. My little one, swimming in deep tides, your origins woven into your being, your blood and your bones, your ngākau and your wairua. Little one, resting on clouds, standing on this ground that belongs to you. Your tupuna from all over the earth are your foundation as the roots of mountains. Hei kāna mai. Goodbye for now.
That was 2 special recordings by our New Zealand collaborators, Teoti and Kiri. And now, let us listen to an excerpt from a musical track titled Recollecting Childhood in the Fields, performed and recorded by Taiwan artist Pavavaljung. The Austronesian languages are one of the world's largest linguistic families, encompassing over 1,200 unique languages that are still being spoken by 400 million souls. With Taiwan as the northmost point, their geographical distribution stretches southward to New Zealand, eastward to the Easter Island off the Peruvian coast, and out west to Madagascar, bordering East Africa. This covers all of the Pacific and a hefty 1/3 of the Indian Ocean. This history of interconnectivity, including shared experiences as victims of resource appropriation, as well as assimilationist cultural policies, has given rise to a global indigenous rights movement, a desire to finish the unfinished project of decolonization. Ongoing exchanges among Austronesian communities, including contemporary collaboration in the arts, such as ORA NUI4, also mark a fresh wave of blossoming conversations that may pave the way for a brighter future. One that preserves our most precious cultural and linguistic assets, while honoring our relationship with each other. For we are all connected by the vast blue continent that still captures the human imagination today.
Hey, don't leave just yet. Stick around after the credits for words from our executive producers. This episode was written, narrated, and produced by Min Chao. Special thanks to our ORA NUI4 collaborators, editor Shin, and poets Teoti Jardine and Kiri Piahana-Wong, and the Pavavaljung family for providing their creative works. Production coordination by Trevor, executive produced by Ghost Island Media. Special thanks to Blue for providing Yeti microphone and Future Ward for the recording room. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Hey, it's Emily Waibu here. When Min first approached the idea of this episode to us, it caught our attention for a couple of different reasons. One, subject matter-wise, it's something we hadn't done yet across any of our shows at Ghost Island Media, so that was quite exciting. On the other, it's such an experimental concept that itself was quite scary. In this episode, Min had wanted to convey a certain story across time, geography, peoples, and languages. It was incredibly tricky. And in the end, I really liked how she focused us, the listeners, on the experience of listening. Listening to the poet speak, listening to the music, listening to her narrating this piece and telling the story. Her passion and her sensibilities really showed. So thank you, Min, for making this story. And thank you so much to BK Literary Agency in Taiwan for bringing us this book and connecting us to the poets and artists. And finally, thank you to every artist and creators in the world for documenting life and showing us how beautiful the world is when we all work together. Until next time, Happy New Year.